Hello students, in the last video we have seen the phylum Segmentation, and in that we have studied the life cycle of one species, that was Ascaris lumbricoides. So we have completed the phylum Segmentation. After that, let's just move to the next phylum, that is the phylum Annelida. So what is the term Annelida means? Actually, this Annelida comes from a word that is annule, and the word annule means ring. So in case of this phylum Annelida, the species, they have some body ring structures, or we can call in biology, that is the segmentation or the metameres. So you can see, suppose this is the animal. So in case of this animal, the whole body is segmented, okay, or here in this actually the term is being used, annelida, means this whole body is annulus, or they are segmented animal, and this segments, they are the true segments. That means each segment will bear more than one repeated organs, and that will be present in each segment. So this organism, the phylum Annelida, includes the metamerically segmented animals. Now come to the species. How many types of species, how many numbers of species available in phylum Annelida? In the phylum Annelida, we have around 9,000 species there available. Now come to their general characters. First character is their habit and habitat. If it comes to habit, see, they can be both free living and parasitic. That means now they can freely live in the medium, any type of medium like aquatic condition as well as terrestrial condition. And if it is parasitic, they will live in some other organism's body and take the nutrients from it. So this organism, the habit will include that this organism can be free living as well as parasitic. The next one, that what is about habitat? See, this organism can have all the types of habitats, like they can be freshwater like leech. All of us we know leech. This is also known as hirudin area. Now it can be marine also. We have one species, that is nereis, and scientifically it is known as nereis, and the common name is the sandworm. Then after that it can be terrestrial also. That means now they can live in the moist soil. Okay, so one species, they live in the moist soil. What is that? That is earthworm. All of us we know about earthworm. So whenever you see the earthworm, the body will have segmentation, like they will have suppose some parts or the annules or the rings. So that's why earthworm is coming to the phylum Annelida. So habit and habitat understood. First of all, the habit and habitat, we will have free living organism and parasitic organism. If it comes to habitat, it will include the freshwater, okay, freshwater, then marine water and terrestrial also. So this organism will have all the forms of habitat. Now come to the body symmetry. What is the body symmetry? Now all the organisms, they will have what type of body symmetry? Bilateral. So this organism, both the larva and the adult, they will have bilateral symmetry without any exception. Now come to the next one, that is level of organization. That means their body is made up of. So what is about their body? Now this organism developed the organ system level of organization. Numbers of organs now form the system. Suppose digestive system. In the digestive system, what we have? Mouth, that is buccal cavity, then pharynx, then the esophagus, then stomach, then intestine, then the anus. So here what happened, this organism, the level of organization is organ system level of organization. So that's why all the systems, physiological systems, like for digestion they have digestive system, for respiration they will have respiratory system, for circulation they are going to have circulatory system. Now come to the next one, that is germ layer. Already we have seen in the phylum Escalmentis how many germ layers are present. They are 3 germ layers, they are triploblastic. So in case of annelids also, the germ layer, they are 3. So mesoderm have developed, so that's why these organisms are triploblastic animals. All of the organisms, they are going to have 3 germ layers. Now after that I left one part, that is the next point, 9 point. What is about their coelom? See, they are going to be truly coelomate animal. Now, for the first time, what happened? For the first time, the phylum Annelida developed a true body cavity. So, they are eucoelomate. So, under the eucoelomate organism also, I told already in the basis of classification that we have 2 type of true coelom. What were they? They were caesocoelom and enterocoelom. Now, in case of phylum Annelida, they are going to have caesocoelomate condition. Okay, remember that. Then after that come to segmentation. Yes, this organism will have segments. So throughout the body they will have segments, and each segments they will bear repeated organs, more than 1 repeated organ. So these organisms are metamerically segmented animals. Okay, remember that. And after that, let's just move to the body form. That means how this organism look like. So the normal body appearance of this phylum Annelida is elongated. They are actually elongated cylindrical body. Okay, they are also worm-like. So this body form will include that they are elongated and cylindrical organism. So they are going to bear elongated cylindrical body. Now come to their locomotion. See, locomotion is important. Why? Because in case of annelids, they developed a different type of locomotory organ for the first time. Remember earlier what we have said, the tentacles, the cilia and flagella, they were only present. Now in this phylum, they have developed the organs. Okay, so for the first time in case of phylum Annelida, different type of locomotory organs have developed. So what were they? The locomotory organ can be CT, or in singular you can use the term SETA, S-E-T-A. As well as this organism will have parapodia also. Parapodia is one type of locomotory organ found in one organism, that is Nereis. Nereis or sandworm, which was a marine Annelida, which bear the parapodia, which act as a locomotory organ as well as a respiratory organ. Remember, in case of this parapodia, they will act also as a respiratory organ in case of Nereis. Remember, it is important point. Okay, so for locomotion, what they have? CT and parapodia. So which organism will have CT? See, CETA or CT is present in case of earthworm, and parapodia will be present in case of Nereis, which also act as a respiratory organ in Nereis. Now come to their body plan. What type of body plan they will have? See, they will have 2 complete separate opening. They will have an mouth and anus into opposite direction, and to join that they will have the alimentary canal or GI tract. So what will have? The body plan, that organism will have tube within tube body plan. So this organism will have tube within tube body plan. Then after that, we have completed their general characteristics. Remember their general characteristics. What are they? Once again I will tell. If it comes to habit and habitat, if it comes to first of all habit only, that can be free living like Nereis, like earthworm. They can be parasitic also. One organism, that is leech. Leech is parasitic. Remember, this is ectoparasite on human. They take the human blood. They can also take the other mammals blood also, like the cow or goat. Okay. Next one, if it comes to their habitat, they will be freshwatered like the leech or Hirudinaria. They can be marine watered like Nereis, or they can be terrestrial also like earthworm. Earthworm actually lives in the moist soil. Remember that, moist or damp soil. Now if it comes to their symmetry, all of the organisms without exception, all of them, they're bilaterally symmetrical animals. Now if it is coming to the level of organization, that organism will have organ system level of organization, head is properly developed, brain have developed. Next one come to the germ layer, they are triploblastic. They develop the third germinal layer, that is mesoderm, and that mesoderm is now capable of forming a true coelom. So that's why they are eucoelomate. Under the eucoelomate, they are schizocoelomate organism. Now come to the segmentation, they have truly segmented animal. That's why this is the phylum Annelida, annual bearing organism. So for the first time, they are bearing the segments, the true segments, which will be from both the sides as well as external and internal. So they will have externally as well as internally the segmentations. Okay, remember that. Now after that, come to the body form. They are cylindrical, elongated like earthworm. All of us we have seen, they are elongated and they will have the cylindrical body also. Now come to the locomotion. They will have seta in case of earthworm and parapodia in case of Nereis. What happened to the physiological characteristics? See, if it comes to the physiological characteristics, first of all about their digestion. What type of digestion they are going to have? They are going to have complete digestive tract. Okay, so they are going to have separate mouth and anus in opposite direction, and to join the mouth and the anus, they are going to have the GI tract or the alimentary canal. So if it comes to digestion, then they are going to have complete digestion. Remember that. Now after that, come to respiration. So what type of respiratory organs they have? See, if it comes to this organism Nereis is going to have parapodia. So parapodia not only perform the locomotion, it will also perform respiration. Now if it comes to the earthworm will have cutaneous respiration. That means the skin itself will act as a respiratory organ, which help in diffusion of the gases from outside to the body and also expirate the gases, that is carbon dioxide, outside the body. So if it comes to respiration, in case of earthworm, they are going to have cutaneous respiration, and also with the help of parapodia, the species Nereis will perform respiration. Now come to circulation. If it comes to circulation, remember one species is the exception. Otherwise, all of the organism will have closed circulation. Now, what is the meaning of closed circulation? Closed circulation means the organism will have the blood vessel, and inside the blood vessel, they are going to have the flow of blood. The blood will not be present outside the blood vessels. Okay. So just see, earlier up to phylum Escalmentis, we have not seen even blood. Now suddenly in phylum Annelida, blood have developed. The pigment, the red pigment hemoglobin or erythrochrorin, that is also developed, because of what? The blood color become red, and along with that they will develop the blood corpuscle also, or blood cells also. One type of cell, they are going to have WBC type of cell, they are known as amoebocyte. So amoebocyte type of cells are present. So another type, they will have heart also. If you see in case of earthworm, they are going to have 4 tubular pair, that means 4 pairs of tubular heart, they are also present. They will pump the blood and the blood will flow inside the blood vessel. So if it comes to circulation, they are going to have closed circulation. There is an exception. What is that exception? That is leech. So in case of leech, open circulation is found. Other than rest of all the organism will have closed circulation. They will have blood. See, remember, they will have blood, and in that blood they will have a cell that is called as amoebocyte. They will have a pigment that is hemoglobin also you can call, and also you can call erythrochlorine. So erythrochlorine or hemoglobin, that pigment is present. Because of that, the color of the blood, in case of atom, if you see, it is red. Okay, so in case of the phylum Annelida, they are going to develop the respiratory that is pigment. That pigment develop, that pigment is hemoglobin. They will have the plasma where the amoebocyte, they are floating. They have developed the tubular heart also. So how many heart they are going to present? 4 pairs of tubular heart is present in case of atom. Along with that, they will have the blood vessels too. And as the blood is flowing only inside the blood vessel, so that's why they're going to have closed circulation. Remember what they have developed for circulation now. They have developed the blood, the liquid, where plasma is the liquid and the cells, there are amoebocyte. The color of the blood become red. Why? Because the hemoglobin or erythrochlorine, that is also present. Next one, if it comes to the blood vessel, they will have blood vessel. Within the blood vessel, the blood will flow. And how the blood will flow? They have to be pumped. So who is going to pump the blood? That is the heart. So how many heart is present in our atom? In our atom, we are going to have 4 pairs of tubular heart. Okay, remember that. We will discuss in detail about the species atom whenever we'll move to the next chapter, structural organization in animal. We will see a species atom, their whole physiology. So don't worry about these things. We will once again discuss it. So it seems a little difficult and complex, but it will be easier whenever we will discuss the species atom in detail. Now come to excretion. So for excretion, in case of phylum Annelida, they have developed another type of organ, that is nephridia. Remember, in case of phylum Annelida, they are going to have nephridia. By one just simple idea, you can remember the excretory organ. What is that? In Annelida, we have the word N, and nephridia, it also have the N. The word, that letter, remember, in case of phylum Annelida, they have tubular coil structure. One coil tube is present, that is nephridia. Depending upon the habitat of the species, they will excrete either ammonia if it is aquatic or urea if it is terrestrial. Okay, remember their excretory organ. Now after that, for reproduction, what they are going to have? See, in case of this whole phylum Annelida, you can see only sexual reproduction. Asexual type of reproduction will not be seen in phylum Annelida. Remember that. Next one, if it comes to the species, normally this organism is monoecious. Monoecious means these organisms are hermaphrodite, like earthworm, like leech. They will have both the female and male organs inside the same body. Remember, the same body can produce male gamete as well as the female gamete. But what happens in case of one species, that is Nereis? Remember, in case of Nereis, this is dioecious. Okay. So dioecious condition is also be seen. So in case of Nereis, they are going to have separate male and separate female body, female species. Male organism will produce male gamete, female organism will produce female gamete. So they are dioecious. Otherwise, in phylum Annelida, Most of the organisms, they are monoecious except one, that is the Nereis. Nereis will have the separate male and female organism, that is dioecious. Now come to fertilization. So normally the fertilization process is internal. Internal fertilization occurs inside the same body. They will have fertilization. In case of earthworm, you can see they will prefer cross fertilization. Like remember in the Fasciola hepatica in phylum Platyhelminths, we have seen though that organism was hermaphrodite, they will perform cross fertilization. In case of earthworm also same thing is happening. That means the organism, though it is producing both the male and the female gamete, then also they have to accept the male gamete from a different organism to fertilize the ova of one earthworm. Why? Because male and the female gametes do not produce or do not get matured at the same time. So that's why they have to perform the cross fertilization process. After that, come to the development. Yes, development is indirect. And why it is indirect? Because they have larval stage. Remember, I'm giving you a larval name, that is Trochophore larva. Trochophore larva is very much important. Remember, Trochophore larva is a common larva also in another phylum. I will tell you, I will discuss later on whenever we'll see the phylum. Now, phylum Annelida will have indirect development because larva is present. One of the larva is Trochophore larva. So that is all about the phylum Annelida. This is the general characteristics and the physiological characteristics. Hope you have understood. So a number of species we have, like if you see the Nereis, the common name of Nereis is sandworm. If it is the earthworm, this earthworm is a common name. Scientific name is Ferretima. Next one, if you see in case of leech, leech is a common name and the scientific name is Hirutinaria. So this way we will see a number of species. Around 9,000 species are available. So that is all about the phylum Annelida. Hope you have understood. Thank you.